in many forms. I don't despise them, but the thing is that here's a brother walked across. So now he's what, in the 60s, late 60s or mid 60s. He had liver failure, had cancer, had what's it called, E. coli that almost killed him. He had several things, and I said, I don't know what's gonna knock you out, but God ain't ready for you. I can tell you that much. Every time he gets into illness, people are praying for him, and he bunks right back. And right now he says, I'm dying. He says, I know I'm dying. He says, I made peace with that already. He says, I'm not afraid of death. I'm not afraid of this kind of stuff. I'm good. Right. So I'll be joining him this morning, George Michello, down at the those who are around and you want to come down to Toronto General Hospital on 200 Elizabeth Street, where the Tree of Life is. You meet us there, and you can join forces because the campaign is really for what we call the opt-out. The opt-out pretty much is you're an automatic donor. If you don't want to be, you opt out. I gotta go, folks. It is time for me to say, be safe. If you can't be safe, be careful. Remember to put on the full armor of God and be prayerful. You cannot live without prayer. That's your lifeline. God bless you until tomorrow. Have yourself an awesome day.
Hello, everyone. You are about to listen to the teaching of Pastor Raymond Burnett, pastor of Manna Worship Center. We hope that you will learn from the message you are about to hear and to realize that books will inform, but the Bible has the power to transform you. Now sit back and open your mind and heart for God to speak to you.
What is a soul? Our soul is governed by intellect, emotions, and will. What is the thing that we live by in that level? It's one word. Reason. Here's the point. The soul, the soulish man lives on reason. It's called logic, we call it, but reason. It's reason. Everything has to be reasonable. We got to think it through. We think it through. We analyze it. We put it in place. There's nothing wrong with that. That's a higher level to live than by the senses. You know that. The senses is the bottom line. The animals live like that. The animal world live like that. But we've moved up to the level of reason. So we can reason things out. We can exchange ideas. We can have logic. We can discuss things. Reason. But then when we became Christians, there's something else that comes into play for us. The Spirit of God inserts a way by which we should live. And what is that? Faith. It's by faith. It's not my reason anymore, because there are a lot of things now that reason say that faith says otherwise. For faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Not seen has to do with the senses. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. I am anticipating to have it, even though the evidence and the reason say it is not logical. Are you hearing me now? That's the battle that we have. Our world is built on reason and also by the senses. The Christian lives by faith. For by grace are you saved through faith. And that not of yourself, it is the gift of God, not of works that any man should boast. For without faith, it is impossible to what? Please God. For we walk by faith and not by sight. Are you getting this? So how should the Christian be living? By faith. So you need a job, and you've prayed about it. You've had the interview. They told you they got 17 persons that they have to interview. And the Spirit of God said to you, this is your job. Reason said, there's no possible way they'll hire me because there's 17 of them. 5 of them seem to have more qualifications, but God keep telling me it's mine. So I don't confess what he tells me. He told me it is mine, but I don't confess it is mine. So somebody asks you, are you going to get the job? I don't think so. There are some people more qualified than me. What have we just done? We've just verbalized something that is against the word of faith that we've received. God said, I will heal you. But God, the doctor just told me that nobody ever gets well from this particular thing. Simple example. I want to give you one other thing that happens to us. If you turn over the other page, you notice the little diagram at the bottom? See that diagram on the first page? Remember, see that diagram you have there? Whenever you and I go through an experience and we choose to live by a lie or some other thing or principle that somebody else told us we should live by, that is not of God, we give up a part of us to Satan. We give up a ground in us to Satan. We give up a place in us to Satan. Are you following me now? So if I know I should buy the candy, and some friend of mine told me, don't buy the candy, let's take it up and walk out, and I steal it, I have, by my action, given up a part of me to Satan, and it is from that area that I have given to him that he's now going to torment me. The ground I give up to Satan becomes an area of torment in my life. Let me say that one more time. The ground I give up becomes the area of torment. See, if it is the right thing, I can't be tormented. But if it's a ground that I should not give up, I am tormented from there, and Satan rules me. So here's a way in which I can become tormented. The friend said to me, if you ever tell anybody, yesterday I stole their bike, I'll tell somebody you stole the candy. It's called blackmail. You follow what I'm saying now? When we give up a ground, we get tormented by that ground we give up. Or we think, boy, I wonder if anybody will find out. You might be the only one who know. But you're walking, I wonder if. And that in itself torments you. And if one other person know, you say to yourself, God, help me never to do anything wrong that will cause this person to betray me. Torment. I wonder if the video camera in that store was on when I put the candy in my pocket. I wonder if when the door knocks, it's going to be a police coming for me. For weeks you're carrying that thing around. What is my point? A ground that is given up becomes a tormented zone in your life. If you know it's the wrong ground, don't give it up. I'm going to give you now one scripture to help you to understand this. Matthew chapter 18. Let me read verse 21. Jesus was dealing with forgiveness and all this kind of stuff in the church. And then he said, and then Peter said in verse 1, then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how often shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Till 7. Turn up a ground and how it affected them, and to put some caution